large part of the Systema aspects I practice for myself involve being in a standing position, being very close to the person when they initiate some level of aggression, and whether it be a physical movement, a word or a gesture, a sound, an energy level, the idea is that to read intention and act first. Now, I'm going to start practicing some stuff, and keep in mind that I do this with boxing as well, but Systema is super, super relaxed, but I practice very slow. And, I'll show you guys footage of me doing it fast and hard, but you'll see that even me doing it light and slow has a big effect. So I'm going to practice my ballistic jab and maybe my ballistic overhand and maybe some combos. Bam, bam. So I lift the hand up as I shift weight that way for a second, kind of like the making peace kind of thing, and then shift weight back that way as I whip the hand, rotating the shoulder, lifting the elbow while moving forward with all of it. Boom. Harden the wrist on impact for the follow through. It's like a stiff jab. See how I'm doing it solid, light, and soft, and it still has a pretty decent oomph. Right, and so I'm practicing my defensive response that looks like a normal person, and I'm practicing the attack slash counter. So boom, boom, and this looks really good in the eyes of the law and social contracts. That's another thing. But yeah, I practice super light and soft because it's all just about muscle memory. And sometimes I'll do a little faster just to see if I've got it like that. But it's like 30% power. And not with all, but with a handful of Systema strikes, you actually want to use less power because the idea is being relaxed, and throwing too much power means tension. And that's the overhand I showed you guys in one of the other videos. It's very much like a cross, except you're lifting the elbow up and the hand is coming down at an angle, and on impact you rip the corkscrew out and pull your hand back. So boom, boom, boom. Right? This is my surprise attack slash counter attack that I train in Systema. So, boom, boom, boom. And when you do it, and you want to make sure to get the retractions too, because especially if, let's say I do it like this, boom, I step back afterwards, I retract. And that is if I'm trying to be, if I'm trying to make more of a shock, like a gravitational shock, rather than doing damage. So it'll, if I'm hitting someone in the head with it, if I'm hitting someone in the head with it that way, that's not going to do a lot of damage, but it'll rattle and send the vibration around. It's the way that you transfer the energy. I gotta learn more of the science about it so I can explain it in simpler terms, but there's different ways that laws of physics can apply. A lot of people think follow through is the only way, but don't you know about the body shot in boxing? You're either grazing it or pulling it back. Anyway, boom, boom, boom. Right? And I do it fast every once in a while just to make sure that I can. But usually I'm trying to go slow and work on the form. Because what I've been forgetting is my hips. So I go boom. I've been remembering that part, but I've been forgetting that part where I shuffle the hip back that way. Bam, bam. And then bam. See? Light and soft, even if I do go fast. And remember, I showed one block where you use this technique, because this motion can actually help you punch someone behind you. But you practice that, and you practice that, and it makes it seem like this. You got a speed block. So you can have your hands down and still intercept on block. So that is why I like to have hands down, is I have techniques where I can do that, right? Boom. See, look, man, I'm getting some flow now. This is the same jab I've been showing you guys. See, I'm moving my heels with it too. Bam. Big old kinetic chain. No energy. I can just do this all day. Not literally, but I can do this for a while. And I cannot do cardio right now. See, look, hands down, I can still do it. That's why you practice it a lot. And I'm not going to hurt my wrist or break my hand, because I'm not going to use it until I can punch a brick with it. And I mean that literally. I'm messing up a little bit, so I slow down again, right? Carried away, slow down. Carried away, slow down. Slow down. Because training slow, as long as you know you can do fast and you practice accuracy fast, you can do 60, 75% of your training slow. It'll still work. As long as you test it, make sure it does work, right? See, I'm doing all the same things whether I'm slow or not. Except when I'm doing it faster, I don't feel the need to bring this hand up because it's a surprise attack. I only really do it like this when I'm doing slow, so y'all see there is an option for defense. Let's see, let's try the jab into the underhand. I think I'll like that combo more, actually. This jab to the jaw, got shot. You know, and I'm aiming for anywhere around here, really. Even if I hit rib, that's all right, as long as they're not a tank. Remember, don't forget the hips and the heels that I can use. I'm getting carried away again, right? So let's do a three-piece, see if I can keep it steady. Bam, bam, bam. Similar to the boxing slide up, that kind of lateral slide up that they do sometimes. At least I've shown it a few times. I know some people do it. See, light and soft, because I can always pick up the pace. So don't judge. Don't judge yourself. Now I'm hitting low on the bag to prove that I won't fuck myself up. See, as hard as I want to go, no effect on my wrist or my hands, because I've been training and taking it serious. Just don't be stupid. If you can't do a proper jab, or at least if you can't do a strong, stiff jab, don't even try the ballistic jab. There's a lot of combos you can do. I could probably even use my head, like, or even I could probably use this shoulder. Like, watch. Probably lift this up more, you know, make it more solid, but you get the idea. So I combine boxing and Systema with Taekwondo footwork. Got the Taekwondo footwork like this. Got the boxing footwork like that. Just a little bit at least. And then I've got the Systema footwork. Alright. That's enough of that one. Hope you guys learned something.